Johnstown, we got some big news for you today. A lot of big news. A Ridgeway woman was accused of publicly asking for fentanyl to off her husband. We have an update on a fabricated and untrue Clearfield DA responded to allegations amid council resignations. DOJ former state college residents get 8+ years in prison for possessing C-SPAN. Explainer. Local doctor shares how trauma teams are prepared for acts of violence. Well, they didn't even have a trauma team that addressed me when I was in the Johnstown Hospital at all. They just put me on a mental health facility, and I was going through, look at my thumb, bro. Look at my thumb. I never even got an x-ray of it. That's why I went to the hospital in the first place. Johnstown Peer Empowerment Network expanded drop-in groups for Mental Health Month. Well, they don't do nothing for mental health. They're just going to lock you down. They're going to tie you to a bed and start shooting you up with a whole bunch of stuff. Clearfield mayor to resign June 1st, citing alleged threats of harassment. And that's what we're going to start off with. What's up with the Clearfield mayor? This looks like a video. I don't want to watch their video. I want to tell you what's going on. Clearfield Mayor Mason Strauss has reportedly announced his intention to resign from his position effective June 1st. During Wednesday Borough Council meeting, Strauss cited alleged threats on ongoing harassment as a reason for his resignation. Who's threatening you? I never even heard of you until today. The announcement comes less than 24 hours after fellow council member Dennis Something resigned, citing similar cases. So I guess that's just normal in Clearfield County. They like to harass their mayors. They like to harass their city council members. Or they just telling them to give them what they voted for. What you voted for. Like if you vote for something and they choose not to do what you're voting for, then fuck them. Fuck them all day. Oh, 2 minutes in. We should be cool. Federal judge dismisses an appeal from Sabru Vindham, who remains jailed in ICE custody. Well, I don't care about that because this is Johnstown news, and I don't think you guys care about people in ICE custody. Johnstown Peer Empowerment expands drop-in mental health groups. Well, if you're dealing with mental health in a Carnival Hospital Health Network system, they're going to mess you over. Like, all they did was give me a bunch of injections. And I'm like, can I get pills? Because I'll be able to afford the pills. They're like, no, we're going to give you the injections. No, we want to sit here and look at your this and that. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. Had to go down to the welfare office, get some health insurance. Inshallah, they pay them. And if they don't pay them, I really don't care because this is like lawsuit territory for real. But let's not worry about it. Johnstown, PA, WJAC, a mental health awareness month continues in May. A Johnstown organization is working to make sure people know they do not have to face mental health struggles alone. No, because they'll strap you down to a bed and then tell you, oh, if you don't take these shots, we're going to put you in jail for the next 6 months. The Peer Empowerment Network offers support resources. Fuck the Peer Empowerment Network. They never even try to get in contact with me. And safe space for people dealing with mental health challenges across the area. When I called crisis, they had me sleep in a fucking alley. Staff members say support can look different for different people. Sometimes through groups and resources. Other times through simply having a place where people feel safe, welcome, and not alone. I didn't see none of that out there. None of that out there. Because they had me sleep in an alley because they have no more shelters in Johnstown. And I needed a safe space to be at so I could get away from my mother for a couple days. I mean, for any point in your journey to know you're not alone. It makes things a little bit easier, right? Said Abigail Horner, and a AmeriCorps member and staffer with the Peer Empowerment Network. Well, why are you guys in the Carnival Health Network? You know what? This is making me mad because mental health in Johnstown just fucked me over. Like, I wasn't supposed to be on a mental health floor. I was supposed to be examined because I had some blisters on my feet. They never even looked at my feet. They took away my shoes. They strapped me down to a bed. They gave me 5 injections and told me I need another 2 more injections to get out of the hospital. That's fucking crazy. Johnstown is criminal. The whole Johnstown organization, the whole Cambria County, it's a criminal county. So for them to call me a criminal, Mr. Price, you used to snatch up children. You used to snatch up children in the projects and take them away from their family for 6 months to a year. You just snatched up my sister. You just snatched up my sister for a year. What happened to my sister when she was in your custody? Explainer. Local doctor shares how trauma teams are prepared for acts of violence. Johnstown, PA. When incidents lead to shootings or stabbings, trauma teams at the Conemaugh Memorial Medical Center will tap your phone. Yeah, that's all they do out there. They just tap the phone. They don't do nothing. Like, my mom still has a bullet in her stomach. My stepdad still has a bullet in his chest. So to sit there and say they got trauma teams in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, you're out your rabbit-ass mind. You're out your rabbit-ass mind all day. When incidents like shootings or stabbings, the Conemaugh Memorial Medical Center said preparations begin long before a patient even arrives through the doors. And if violent incidents in the area continue, leaders say they're more ready to handle it now. No, they're not. No, they're not. They just took down all the cameras. They're out there killing I don't even want to say that word. I don't know if it can go together on this podcast, broadcast, whatever it is. Yeah. Former State College resident gets 8+ years in prison for possessing C-SPAN. What? Center County federal authorities say Center County man will spend more than 8 years in prison after pleading guilty possessing and distributing child materials. Official Jeffrey Stormer was sentenced to this week in from federal prison to 97 months. And they kept this real short. They're not even telling you nothing. Like, how many acts, how many children were victimized? They don't care about children being victimized in Johnstown or Cambria County or anything that's under the WJAC logo. And we have 2 more stories now. Ridgeway woman accused of publicly asking for Fetty Wap to off her husband in Elk County, PA. And this is in the Johnstown area all day, all night. Authorities in Elk County say a Ridgeway woman is facing an attempted homicide charges after she reportedly tried to purchase Fetty Wap in order to allegedly off her husband for his life insurance policy. What? Can you get life insurance? You know what? I don't even want to give you guys no ideas. I just don't think that works. I don't think that works. Police say 41-year-old Catherine Benson was arrested last week following a recent public disturbance at a Subway restaurant in Ridgeway Borough. According to the criminal affidavit, investigators say Benson reportedly approached a witness inside the restaurant on May 15th and began asking where she could purchase said drops. Police say Benson reportedly told the witness that she wanted the thugs. No, not thugs. What can I call this word? Wanted the hugs to off her husband, allegedly describing him as a drunken a-hole. Wow. She was going to do it all for $100K. Your wife will off you for $100K if you're a drunken a-hole. Remember that. Remember that, because it's crazy. Lawmakers make surprise visits to the Mo Valley Ice Center amid allegations of medical neglect. What about the medical neglect that happened to me in the Conemaugh Hospital? My feet were never looked at. My thumb was never looked at. I had to go to 2 ERs as soon as I got out of the fucking hospital to get proper care and treatment. Clearfield County, PA. Two U.S. representatives made a surprise visit to Mashonaland Valley Ice Center in Clearfield County on Thursday. The detention center has been the center of controversy lately, and some saying a detainee needs advanced medical attention and is not getting none. That is the story of Cambria County. When you need advanced medical attention, they're not giving you none. Cambria, Clearfield, all of them. All these little flyover places in PA. But you know, you got to live where you can afford to live at. So can you guys help donate or whatever? Run these numbers up or whatever. Because we need some stuff ran up. You can go to the WTFFN.com and help support us there. Or you can just support us by liking the video, subscribing, thumbs up, subscribe, thumbs up, subscribe. Until next time, FWJAC TV, we're going to put them out of business. Peace. Once I was 17 years old and they locked me up, took me away from my mother. Came back for about 6 months at 19 years old and they locked me up and made me a violent convicted felon. Fuck Johnstown.